How can you suddenly become very clever? Sudden, umekuwa very clever. Wewe ndio unaweza kila kitu. Tunapindua economic model iwe ya bottom up.
Wacha gas. Ile tunapunguza kati ya shilingi 300 na 500 ni mtungi yenyewe.
Asante ya boda ni mateke.
We have a problem with our judiciary, but we shall revisit.
Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna is increasingly being viewed as a significant threat to President William Ruto's 2027 re-election.
Kakamega oye! Hatutoroki leo! Zima hiyo kitu mkutano iendelee! Zima hiyo kitu mkutano iendelee!
He has become much more lethal to William Ruto than other opposition leaders. He has become Ruto's real nightmare, and Ruto is out of options on how to handle his rising popularity together with his counterpart Babu Owino.
Leo nataka niwaambie, tafadhali kaeni chini viongozi. Hakuna mtu anaharibu hii mkutano. Haitawezekana leo. Kaeni chini tafadhali viongozi. Naomba tukae chini. Kakamega oye! Kakamega oye! Munaniona vizuri? Munaniona vizuri? Mimi ndio Sifuna. Kwa maombi yenu na kwa mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu nasimama hapa Kakamega nikiwa bado katibu mkuu wa chama cha ODM, seneta wa kaunti ya Nairobi na naibu kiranja wa walio wachache kwenye bunge la Senate. Hapa ni nyumbani. Hapa ni nyumbani.
Sifuna seems to be the best learner in Raila's political class. He is positioning himself as a third force leader in Kenya 2027 politics who captures the Gen Z vibe and youth-led demand for accountability. His influence is rooted in his role as a principled voice of opposition at a time when major political figures are seen as having been neutralized by the government's broad-based arrangement.
Mheshimiwa Gachagua, hakuna mtu ambaye ana uwezo ya kunifukuza ndani ya chama cha ODM. Wewe tulia tu.
Naimba Ruto must go 2023 nikiwa na sufuria kwa kichwa. Na wakati huo hata Rigathi Gachagua bado alikuwa na nani? Alikuwa na William Ruto. Kwa hivyo tunataka kuwaomba wale viongozi walioko haswa kwenye upinzani, kama unakubaliana na kauli ya walio wengi wa Kenya kwamba lazima tumfanye Mheshimiwa Ruto one term president, tusitoe cheche ama semi ambazo zinapelekea kuwadhulumisha wengine wenye mawazo sawa na yeye.
Sifuna.
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 Sifuna. Sifuna.
Sifuna.
Sifuna.
Sifuna.
Sifuna. Edwin Sifuna.
Sifuna. Wewe kama hutaki kukaa kwa chama, wewe shika njia uende.
What role does Sifuna play in ODM?
Sasa hii Sifuna akienda, what will happen?
Wewe senator, siku zako za kwenda zinakaribia.
Sifuna ndio sasa anasimamia wananchi. Sifuna. Mkubali mtu wache Ruto.
Ukileta kitu ya ODM hapa, Sifuna can kill you.
My brother Sifuna, please, I am a member of your party.
Can you compare me with you, Sifuna?
I'm very understanding of Sifuna.
Sikujua ni nyinyi mko nyuma ya Sifuna.
Sifuna.
For over a decade, Sifuna has been very close to the late former Kenyan opposition leader and once a Prime Minister Raila Odinga. But before we get further, let's understand Sifuna Genesis. Edwin Sifuna was born and raised in Kenya, where he pursued a career in law before venturing into politics. His legal background has been a cornerstone of his political career, providing him with a strong foundation in understanding governance, constitutional law, and the rule of law in Kenya. Sifuna's education includes a law degree, which equipped him with the skills to engage in legal practice and advocacy. This background has been instrumental in his political engagements, especially in matters related to constitutionalism and democratic governance. Edwin Sifuna is a senior member of the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, one of Kenya's major political parties. ODM has been a dominant opposition party known for its strong stance against the ruling government and its advocacy for social justice, democracy, and economic.
And back to the Sifuna thing. Sifuna, I think when he's going around, however much he might be saying that he's looking for popularism, which is not the case. We've seen this guy is very accountable, and I'm just doing myself injustice, because if we had called Sifuna today here, he would come with the Constitution, he would come with that volume of books that he's going to quote. This article says this, and will clearly, this is somebody who is accountable, someone who is transparent, and that is what the young people want. Everyone wants an accountable leader, for heaven's sake, Trevor. You want somebody, when you give, even your woman at home, I presume, if you give her 500 shillings, you would want to know, what has this thing done? Are you getting it? You'll want to trace every single penny, and that is what we, the young people, want.
But yeah, I get your point.
And for a matter of fact, you see, Sifuna knows the power of the people, the sovereignty of the people. It belongs to them. He's not saying linda ground. He has nothing to gain with the ground. He's lindering mwananchi. What is the interest of mwananchi? What is your interest, you as Trevor? You want a working system. You want somebody who is accountable to you. Isn't that what the young people want? And as my friend has said, if Sifuna ran for president today, maybe or in the near future, they will support. Reason being, he's shown them the value. Why should he vote for Sifuna? I mean, are you getting it? And the question is that not Gen Zs don't want to vote. The question is, are the people on the ballot worth voting for? Are they people who are worth for you to wake up at 5 a.m. and go and queue?
Yeah.
Because for us, the young people, we have resolved into digital influencing. Most of us, the other time I hear they wanted to shut the TikTok because they're saying somebody earns 2 billion. Who wants 2 billion from TikTok? It's just because these people are afraid the sleeping dogs are awoken. They have referred to us that, oh, the Gen Zs went to parliament and eat rice. But they are forgetting that the enemy was the finance bill and we were there to defend it. If this time round it is one term, I'm telling you, if these young people strategize, and one thing I love about my generation is, if today, Trevor, you are vying for MP in Nyakach, for instance, and you do not have finance, these people are very supportive. They will tell you, give me time, brother. They will tell you, Trevor, they will tell you, if you don't have the finance, my father owns a kayak. He can give you the convoy. This other person will tell you, my father has this PA address. He can give it to you while I talk to him. Are you getting? These are people.
Support each other.
Yeah, they support each other. We are trying to run away from the politics of tokenism.
Sifuna currently serves as the Secretary General of ODM, a role that places him at the heart of the party's strategic planning, organizational management, and political mobilization. As Secretary General, he is responsible for coordinating party activities, managing internal affairs, and representing ODM in various political forums. His leadership within ODM underscores his importance as a key opposition figure, working to strengthen the party's influence and electoral prospects. Edwin Sifuna is widely recognized in Kenyan media as a dynamic and sometimes controversial figure. His speeches, public statements, and social media presence contribute to his visibility and influence.
People in government think they are dealing with fools. We can see when you're being patronizing, you've been cornered and now you're trying to be clever. They want to lump us all in together and say, oh, the Gen Z are condemning an entire political class. I have not seen any Gen Z condemning Sifuna. I have not seen anyone condemning Emilio Odhiambo. If you are going to tell me that Emilio Odhiambo is the same as Nelson Koech, you are insulting Emilio Odhiambo. Because honorable, my brother Sam, the numbers do not lie. There is no Damascus moment. In fact, there are people who are incapable of. The people in government think they are dealing with fools. We can see actions, Trevor. I am telling you this. Kenyans are angry. And they are not angry at us. They are angry at this government because they don't want to listen. We have been here with you 2 months debating this issue of the finance bill. That finance bill was not sponsored by Raila. And 99% of Kenyans came out to tell Kenya Kwanza that because life is difficult, please do not impose extra taxation. This is not Raila's bill. This is Ruto's bill. It is Ruto's act. It is his signature on that act. It is the signature of William Ruto.
Okay.
If he had listened to Kenyans, the sort of anger that is out there would not be happening. And Trevor, I want to add one rider. You people, this country, this illegitimate government, is better off when it is known people like Sifuna, like Raila, like Osotsi, leading these demonstrations. The day Kenyans take this matter upon themselves, Trevor, there will be no one to call to the table.
He is seen as a leader who is not afraid to confront political challenges head-on and articulate the concerns of his constituents and party supporters. His ability to communicate complex legal and political issues in accessible language has helped him connect with a broad audience, from grassroots activists to urban professionals. But is William Ruto and his allies now very much afraid of him, such that they want to disrupt his political rallies across the country? The following reasons could be the reason why Ruto is working to undermine him at all costs. Generational appeal and Gen Z alignment. Sifuna has successfully tapped into the energy of younger voters and activists frustrated by traditional political deal-making. Sisi ni Sifuna movement.
Leo nataka niwaambie, tafadhali kaeni chini viongozi. Hakuna mtu anaharibu hii mkutano. Haitawezekana leo. Kaeni chini tafadhali viongozi. Naomba tukae chini. Kakamega oye! Kakamega oye! Munaniona vizuri? Munaniona vizuri? Mimi ndio Sifuna. Kwa maombi yenu na kwa mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu, nasimama hapa Kakamega nikiwa bado katibu mkuu wa chama cha ODM, seneta wa kaunti ya Nairobi na naibu kiranja wa walio wachache kwenye bunge la Senate. Hapa ni nyumbani. Hapa ni nyumbani. Nataka viongozi ambao umefika hapa, vijana, leo hatutupii polisi yoyote mawe. Wacha watupe tear gas, tunazima kama bangi ya jana na mkutano inaendelea.
Supporters have rallied under this slogan, viewing him as a fresh, independent voice against the current regime. Linda Mwananchi platform. Through this movement, he has focused on issues like the cost of living and human rights, which resonate deeply with urban youth and progressive voters. Ideological purity and resistance to co-option. While other top leaders from his party, ODM, joined Ruto's broad-based government, Sifuna has maintained a hardline stance. Refusal to endorse Ruto. Sifuna has explicitly stated he will never support Ruto's re-election, even if his party officially does so.
ODM power, lazima tukuwe na power. Unakuwa na power na viongozi wawili. Sifuna amechukua watu wa ODM wote wameenda nao.
When the Gen Z protest was happening, Sifuna stood between an AK-47 rifle, if you check Parliament, and some G3 rifles and Gen Zs. Throughout the finance bill and throughout everything that was happening, a few of us who were speaking against this administration, a few of us who were speaking for justice, a few of us who were speaking for what is right, were appearing like they were the minority. We were shaping the conversation. We were saying that respect for human rights is a universal thing that cannot be taken away from anybody.
Yes.
So I must say that Edwin Sifuna has lived up to this. When the Gen Z protest was happening, Sifuna stood between an AK-47 rifle, if you check Parliament, and some G3 rifles and Gen Zs. So for him, Sifuna is one person who is ready to die for Kenya. Not by word, but by demonstration. So the fact that Edwin Sifuna is ready to lose his life for Kenyans, and the fact that his quotes are all about, even if I died, the message would go on. The Bible says those who lose their lives for my sake will have it, and those who protect it will lose it. So he's leading sacrificially, and that's a commendable thing.
Defiance against state pressure. His ability to command large crowds despite police disruption and state intimidation has cemented his status as a formidable existential threat to the establishment. Strategic third force positioning. Analysts suggest Sifuna is leading a shift that could reshape the 2027 political equation, shifting political math. Some commentators believe a movement centered on Sifuna could push the president into a third-place position by siphoning off youth and tired voters. Coalition building. He is actively seeking alliances with other like-minded youthful leaders, potentially creating a bloc that existing coalitions must negotiate with or fear.
Nimesikia Sifuna anaongea na nguvu. Wakati unaongea mambo yangu Sifuna, ujue mimi ndio mwanzilishi wa ODM. So naenda polepole kidogo. Yes. Sisi ndio tulianza hii kitu. Ama namna gani? Na unajua ukinisukuma sana nitaitisha mkutano ya founder members ya ODM. Sindio? Unajua tukiitisha hiyo mkutano tunaweza kufanyia discipline sisi ambao tulianza chama. Sindio? So tuendeni mosmos.
Efforts by Dr. Babu Owino and his allies to remove Edwin Sifuna as the Secretary General of the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, have faced significant obstacles, primarily due to legal interventions and strong internal party resistance. Here are the key reasons why Sifuna ouster from ODM Secretary General is difficult for Oburu and by extension Ruto, legal reprieve. Following the National Executive Committee's NEC decision to remove him on February 11, 2026, Sifuna obtained a temporary stay from the political party's disputes tribunal. This order bars the party from implementing the resolution or gazetting his removal until a formal hearing scheduled for February 26, 2026. Constitutional disputes. Sifuna and his supporters argue that the NEC does not have the final authority to remove a substantive official. They maintain that only a National Delegates Convention, NDC, can lawfully effect such a change. Political factionalism. A powerful splinter group within the party, dubbed the Linda Mwananchi faction, has rallied around Sifuna. This group includes influential figures like Siaya Governor James Orengo, Vihiga Senator Godfrey Osotsi, and Embakasi East MP Babu Owino, who have publicly challenged Oburu's leadership legitimacy. Regional backlash. Leaders from the Western Kenya region, including Wycliffe Oparanya and Kotiu boss Francis Atwoli, have criticized the move as personal and cruel, demanding broader consultation before such major decisions are made. Luhya elders have also intervened, meeting with Oburu to defend Sifuna and urging the party to respect the rule of law, public perception and grassroots support. Sifuna is widely viewed as a heartbeat of the party's younger radical base. Analysts suggest his removal could alienate supporters who feel orphaned following the death of Raila Odinga and the party's subsequent shift toward cooperation with the current government.
Hakuna mtu atatolewa kwenye hii chama. Hakuna siku baba aliwahi anybody atoke kwenye hii chama. Wanaongea sana na tukiuliza maswali wanasema tutoke kwenye chama. Tukitoka watabaki na nani kwenye hii chama? Hii chama ni ya wananchi. Tukitoka wananchi wanaenda. Leo naleta the greetings kutoka mandugu zangu Babu Owino. Na katibu mkuu wa chama Edwin Sifuna.
While the party has appointed Busia woman representative Catherine Omanyo as the acting Secretary General, Sifuna continues to insist he remains the duly elected official, creating a leadership stalemate serves as the Secretary General of ODM, a role that places him at the heart of the party's strategic planning, organizational management, and political mobilization. As Secretary General, He is responsible for coordinating party activities, managing internal affairs, and representing ODM in various political forums. His leadership within ODM underscores his importance as a key opposition figure, working to strengthen the party's influence and electoral prospects. Edwin Sifuna is widely recognized in Kenyan media as a dynamic and sometimes controversial figure. His speeches, public statements, and social media presence contribute to his visibility and influence. He is seen as a leader who is not afraid to confront political challenges head-on and articulate the concerns of his constituents and party supporters. His ability to communicate complex legal and political issues in accessible language has helped him connect with a broad audience, from grassroots activists to urban professionals. But is William Ruto and his allies now very much afraid of him, such that they want to disrupt his political rallies across the country? The following reasons could be the reason why Ruto is working to undermine him at all costs. Generational appeal and Gen Z alignment. Sifuna has successfully tapped into the energy of younger voters and activists frustrated by traditional political deal-making. Sisi Sifuna movement. Supporters have rallied under this slogan, viewing him as a fresh, independent voice against the current regime. Linda Mwananchi platform. Through this movement, he has focused on issues like the cost of living and human rights, which resonate deeply with urban youth and progressive voters. Ideological purity and resistance to co-option. While other top leaders from his party, ODM, joined Ruto's broad-based government, Sifuna has maintained a hardline stance. Refusal to endorse Ruto. Sifuna has explicitly stated he will never support Ruto's re-election, even if his party officially does so. Defiance against state pressure. His ability to command large crowds despite police disruption and state intimidation has cemented his status as a formidable existential threat to the establishment. Strategic third force positioning. Analysts suggest Sifuna is leading a shift that could reshape the 2027 political equation. Shifting political math. Some commentators believe a movement centered on Sifuna could push the president into a third-place position by siphoning off youth and tired voters.